The al-Qaeda threat to kill coming nearly 14 years to the day of the horrific 9/11 attacks. In this dangerous time, nearing the anniversary, should you be worried? Former New York City Police Commissioner and author of the brand new book, Vigilance, My Life Serving America and Protecting its Empire City, Ray Kelly goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta. Good to be with you.
Nice to have you. And what's the right time to have this book coming out with this threat from al-Qaeda, naming some business people, famous names in this country? What are your thoughts about that tonight?
Well, they've done this in the past. It's something that I think is cause for concern. They put it in Inspire magazine, which is a magazine started by Anwar al-Awlaki in 2010. He was killed in a drone strike in 2011. We thought that publication of that magazine would be over, but it continues to this day, and it does have an impact.
Why?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Actually, why isn't the publication of this over? I mean, why are they still getting oxygen with this magazine? Yeah,
that's a good question. When Anwar al-Awlaki and Samir Khan were both killed in that drone strike, it was assumed by the intelligence community that we wouldn't see it anymore. We see that magazine. We also see Dabiq, which is the magazine that's published by ISIS. Both of them are very slick. They have very powerful messaging. And this is where the names of these executives appeared. So we can't discount it. They have to be aware of their surroundings, and most of these gentlemen have security, and it's the world in which we live.
Do you ever get the sense we're going to get we're going to win this war against al-Qaeda? I mean, it's now been, since 9/11, it's been 14 years. Well, actually, and it predated that, but that's sort of the landmark time.
Well, I'm usually pretty optimistic, but in this issue, I'm not. I think we're going to be fighting this for a long, long time to come. This is a movement. It's not just a group of individuals. ISIS now may be up to 40 or 50,000 troops on the ground, but it's very powerful on the internet. We know they're putting out 90,000 tweets or retweets a day. If you look at their recruitment videos, they're very well done, and they're effective. So we're going to be involved in this fight for a long time, unfortunately.
Commissioner, also around the country tonight and for days and months, police seem to be under attack. Over the past year, police have expressed that there's a rising anti-cop sentiment. Now that tension even boiling over into violence and brutal murders of Americans' finest. Police across the nation are even on high alert after threats have turned deadly.
A terrifying new threat to law enforcement.
Justice! When do we want it? Now! There's a war on cops.
Police are being vilified.
Isn't it obvious that police have a big target on their backs?
We have had 4 more Guardians slain.
Black lives matter. All lives matter. Well, cops' lives matter, too.
It's no different than if a judge was killed or a prosecutor was assassinated for doing their job.
There is a momentum against police.
Stop trying to fix the police. Fix the ghetto.
Police right now are very conflicted in the sense of are they going to be supported?
Now police officers are being reactive. They're trying to protect themselves.
We don't have any support from the political class.
Commissioner, I've been down to the wall here in Washington. More than 21,000 names etched on it. Law enforcement killed in the line of duty. I've talked to a number of police officers. They do feel they are under siege. Are they under siege? And if so, what has happened?
Yeah, I think there's been a shift. Yes, I think police have a right to feel that they're somewhat under siege. You see these outright assassinations. We had one here in New York in December where 2 police officers were killed. And this is really disgraceful. Cops are underappreciated in this country. They do so much to bring about a environment of safety. Crime is down generally in a significant way for the last 2 decades. That's a result of smart policing. But the cops, quite frankly, get very little appreciation for that. And the targeting of police officers is just absolutely terrible. And I think they do have a right to feel that they're under siege. And of course, unfortunately, this will make police officers perhaps withdraw even more. I think we've seen the effects of Ferguson, where officers are not engaging as much as they used to, and this may just exacerbate that.
In your new book, Vigilance, you bring up a topic, stop and frisk, among many other topics through this long new book that's come out. The stop and frisk in New York has been highly controversial, and you've even been critical of Mayor de Blasio about it. Tell me about this.
Well, this is a longstanding custom and practice on the part of the police. It's well-founded in the common law. It's a Supreme Court decision. Terry versus Ohio validated it. It's on the books in every jurisdiction in America. It is a tool that police officers absolutely need. And I think there was a mistaken decision by the district court here in New York. The mayor refused to go forward with an appeal even after the judge was removed from that case. And we have the practice greatly reduced, greatly diminished in New York City. At its height, it amounted to less than one stop a week by a patrol officer and less than one pat down every 2 weeks. So it wasn't excessive in my mind, but the activists got a hold of this issue, ran with it, and now the practice is greatly curtailed in New York City and in other jurisdictions as well.
Well, I just want to thank you, Commissioner. I read your book, and I appreciate all the protection that you've given us over the years around the nation. And I urge the viewers to read it. And I don't know how you sleep at night reading about all the troubles and all the difficulties trying to protect us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.